welcome to this week's video, 24 hours with triplets. Our day actually starts around 7 AM, so you've kind of missed 7 hours where we were sleeping, but I didn't feel like you needed to watch that. I'm heading downstairs to make the morning bottles, but in this week's video I've kind of just filmed everything that happens in our day and I'm going to voice over it because to film and talk to the camera was just going to be an impossible task. So yeah, I'm downstairs making the bottles and also doing the laundry at the same time. Multitasking, you will see, is the key to a successful day. Exhibit A. I'm feeding Sebastian and Ashton now that we're upstairs, and my husband feeds Hendrix, and Oscar has woken up in the process. Now everybody is much happier. My husband has changed their nappies as well whilst I was downstairs. So we also then get a job done. So we're folding, washing and putting it away today, or it could be changing bed sheets or hoovering. And this kind of team effort basically is how we successfully navigate the morning. After I put the laundry away, then I get Oscar ready for nursery with a little audience at the gate. So this is just how it works for us. If Oscar is dressed when he goes downstairs, that makes the morning so much easier that he only has to come up to brush his teeth after breakfast. So then we bring everybody downstairs into the playroom and I start making breakfast, which today is blueberry pancakes. We actually have a baby monitor in the playroom, which is great because we can have the babies in there and still see what's going on. And as you can see, the morning is a team effort. My husband is emptying the dishwasher, bringing stuff down from upstairs, making Oscar's snack. He also makes the beds upstairs, whilst I'm basically prepping breakfast downstairs. So yeah, like I said, the morning is blueberry pancakes with some yoghurt on top, bananas and strawberries, which always goes down really well. The babies eat so much. I will put the recipe in the description box. And today it was the day before the baby's birthday that I filmed on, so that's Oscar cutting off the last ring that we used to count down the days to a special occasion. And we are finishing up breakfast. I'm getting the babies used to using an open cup. And actually, this was filmed a week ago and they are so much better even now. They're holding the cup themselves. So yeah, it's now around 8:30 and it's time to clear the babies up from breakfast. And then I pop them into the living room to play. And this is now my chance. I've got about 15 minutes before Oscar heads off to nursery and my husband goes and takes him and heads off to work. So I use this opportunity whilst they're playing happily and are all fed to get cleaned up from breakfast. That's 3 high chairs, that's the floor, and Oscar's breakfast and my breakfast stuff. So it's basically a race against time to get that done before Oscar leaves for nursery. Like I said, my husband takes him, and then it's my opportunity to have some one-on-3 time with the babies. So I down my last bit of tea before it goes absolutely stone cold and head upstairs to get the babies' clothes. And actually, filming this and editing it, I've realised I should actually take these clothes down when I go down in the morning and it'll be much easier. So I'm becoming more efficient. These little rompers are actually from Lena's Yard and I've got a discount code for 10% off. I'll put it in the description box below because they are so cute. It's a little independent Etsy seller and they are amazing quality and super comfy for the babies. So I head downstairs now and get them dressed essentially. I am gonna snip out obviously a lot of clips here to keep my day respectful to the babies, so you'll not see them crying and you won't see them having nappy changes and things like that because I've cut that out, but it's just to keep it respectful basically for the babies. I'm not going to film them at their worst, but yes, they do cry and they are needy at times and they do need nappy changes, but I just haven't filmed those, so please don't think that life is perfect. So yeah, I now spend some quality time with the babies in the playroom. As just a change of scenery, we kind of skip between the playroom and the living room. There's toys in both. And yeah, it's just, I love this time because as much as I love having all 4 of my boys around to juggle the 2 different age groups of having the triplets and Oscar, I find the most challenging thing. So 3 babies on their own is so much easier. They all have the same needs, and so just having this time with them, just observing their play, not really you know, going out of my way to be a children's entertainer as such. Just sitting and watching them is just fascinating, and they do have their moments where they'll all be clinging to me and crying, and then they kind of settle down and realise, oh, I'm not going anywhere and it's okay. So around 10 to 10 they are due their nap, so I get them all in their sleeping bags and put them into bed, and then I tend to sit on the stairs and just watch for maybe 10-15 minutes while they actually settle down and go to sleep. They don't tend to need me to do this. If they have crawled into each other's beds or are taking each other's dummies, then I will go in and just separate them back out again, but I'm not too worried if they actually fall asleep together. I have a whole video on their floor beds and their nursery. If you're interested in that, I'll link it. And so yeah, then I head downstairs and do a quick reset of the play areas. I just find this makes the next phase much easier. So if it's all a mess again when they come down, their play isn't as productive, they're not as engaged. So for this kind of, I don't know, what is it, 10 minutes? No, probably not even that, 5 minute like clean up, it massively helps the next phase of my day. So I just do a little reset basically of tidying up, so that when I bring them down next, that it just makes my life easier basically. So I kind of create these little areas around the room so that they aren't all bunched together. As there's 3 babies, I just find this so much easier that they have little zones within the room that they can go to and not be kind of all crowding around one space for the toys. So yeah, so then I take their pyjamas into the laundry, and then I head upstairs and have a shower after making the bed. I think I actually said my husband made the bed this day. He didn't. Normally he does. So I have a shower and I'm not going to film that. And then I head downstairs now that I am dressed and feel a bit more human, and I start prepping the baby's lunch. So today they're having egg muffins with carrot and broccoli, and I'm just throwing in some butternut squash because whenever I've got the oven on, I always feel like I might as well fill the other tray and get something else cooked because I've got 4 babies with Oscar to feed. And then if I've got time, I then set up something for Oscar to play with when he gets home from nursery. It makes that transition coming home so much easier. And so today I got the tough tray out, filled it with lentils and made him a little train track in it. This prep time is probably 10 minutes max, but again, it makes such a difference to our afternoons if Oscar is engaged in his play and can play independently. So although this looks like, oh Gemma, why are you wasting your time? It's going to make my life easier, and my future self will be very happy with it. So I then prep lunch for me, Oscar and the babies to make sure that's all ready, and the babies tend to wake up between 11 and 11:30. Hello!
Have a nice nap?
So here is one of the reasons why I have aged about 50 years. It's because I am up and down the stairs. You know, bringing them down from their nap is 3 up and down the stairs. So they are now in the living room messing up all my lovely little zones, but having a great time. So they have this little bit of time before their lunch just to have a little play. And on this particular day, I was having a neighbour come round to watch them while I went to get Oscar from nursery. So I wanted to just get their high chairs all ready and laid out, and mine and Oscar's lunch ready, so that when I got back from the nursery run, we could all sit down and have lunch. So on this particular day, I was going to collect Oscar, but actually now I have neighbours do this for me. Having to put all the babies in the van and drive up, get them out, collect Oscar, put them back in the van, drive home, get them out of the van is just a nightmare. I will do it if I have to, but if I can have someone help me out, it is a huge help. So when I get back from collecting Oscar, we can all sit down and eat our lunch together. And like I said, the babies are having their egg muffins, pear and butternut squash, and Oscar and I are having a smoked salmon and cream cheese sandwich. And this is one of the benefits of baby-led weaning. I always get asked about when do I have time to eat. is when we all eat, basically. We all eat together, and because the babies are feeding themselves, and as you can see they are really capable of doing so, I can eat as well, and it's actually a really lovely experience. For breakfast and lunch we tend to eat the same thing, and for breakfast and dinner we tend to eat the same thing, but for lunch the babies tend to eat something different because I don't really want them always eating what we eat for our lunch. And then Oscar downs his and is now heading out to play with what I set up for him. And as you can see, this is going to massively help me whilst I'm doing the baby's end of lunch and clear up. Otherwise he would tend to be under my feet, and I don't always have time to set something up, and on the days that I don't, I really regret not finding that time, because having him out there playing quite happily really helps me at the end of cleaning up from a meal. Like I said, he would normally kind of be hovering around waiting for me to kind of play with him, and I just don't have the time, so he's happy and entertained, which really helps. So now it's cleaning up the babies. We use cloth wipes, which I really recommend, reusable, and get the cleaning job done way easier than disposable wipes. And just like breakfast, the babies go into the living room, and all the time they are happy, I clean up. Sometimes they are not happy and then I would park this cleaning for their afternoon nap time and get it done then, but on this particular day everybody was happy. Oscar was outside playing with his trains. That's my view from the kitchen window of him, and the babies were happy playing in the living room. So I was able to get all of the high chairs cleaned up and the floor cleaned up. And then around 1:30 we're at now is Oscar's kind of downtime TV time. So he goes into the living room and he's watching Messy on Netflix, which is a really cool show. And then I go into the playroom with the babies and get a bit more alone time with them, which is really nice before their nap time. And just like before, I love to just sit and observe. If you follow me on Instagram, this is the time when I'll probably put up some stories as well of just their play and things like that, because I'm observing it, so I film it for you guys. And yeah, so this is just me and Sebastian hanging out. Hendrix is over there and Ashton is down by my feet.
Who's that, Sibby? Is that you? Who's that, Ashton?
So around 1:45 I start prepping the babies for their nap time. I put them in their sleeping bags and give them their dummies downstairs, and this is their signal that it is nap time. I get them all ready so that putting them to bed is a really quick job in and out. The more time between dropping one baby off and bringing the next one up, obviously if the first one is sleepy then that would disturb them, so I try to get them all upstairs as quickly as possible. And then you can kind of see my reflection here of me twiddling my hair. I am just sat on the stairs just watching them. I sit on the stairs because it means I don't have to go up and down the stairs, and like I said before, I'm quite happy for them to share beds, but if they take each other's dummies then I do intervene, or if they're sleeping in a weird position I might go move them. They went to sleep pretty quickly this day, and so then I head downstairs and I do any dinner prep that I need to do. I get that done straight away to make sure that it is done before the babies wake up, and you never know when they're going to wake up. So today I was doing a turkey pasta bake. I'll put the recipe in the description box below. So now that's in the oven, I am going to sit down with Oscar and wrap the baby's birthday presents. Like I mentioned, this was filmed on the day before they turned 1. Can you believe it? And yeah, we didn't actually get them that many presents. We got them these trucks for outside because we've just recently sorted out our deck space so that they can safely go out there, and we didn't have any kind of chunky trucks that weren't completely battered and covered in mud. So we thought that would be a good idea to have these new trucks for outside, and because there is 3 of them, we got them 6 trucks, 2 each. And we also got them this little Melissa and Doug house because they love opening and closing things, and we wrapped all their presents in play silks that we already had to be a bit more environmentally friendly. So yeah, so now I am taking out the pasta bake, and so now like I feel like I can breathe a sigh of relief, because I know no matter what time the babies sleep till, dinner is prepped basically. And I love a dinner that I know is just there cooling down, and whenever they wake up, if they are hungry earlier or later than I expect, I know it's already ready. So Oscar has gone out to play again, and around 3:25 two of them woke up. So because I kind of can leave them up to about 4 o'clock, and these two had woken up significantly earlier, I went and got them and came downstairs with them and gave them their bottles. I'm actually starting to phase out this bottle because they don't always want it, but today they did. So I fed Hendrix and Sebastian, and I only ever leave whoever's still sleeping maybe half an hour max later than the first has woken up, to make sure that they all stay on the same schedule. So that's really important for our routine, that everybody is awake, everyone eats, everyone plays around the same time within like a half-hour window. So yeah, Ashton then woke up. I think he only slept about 25 minutes extra this day. So then I brought him downstairs to join his brothers. How cute is he? They're never used to seeing themselves in the camera. So yeah, their reactions are really funny. So yeah, I gave him his bottle of milk as well. And then we just hung out in the playroom for a little bit. I sometimes am in the playroom with them at this point, or I'm finishing off prepping dinner. But as I said, we have a baby monitor in that room, so I'm really happy for them to stay in there without me. The playroom is a yes space, and all the toys in the playroom are communal for both Oscar and the babies, and I have filtered out any toys that aren't baby safe. So the room is really, really safe for them. I know that they're not going to have any choking hazards or anything, so yeah, with the baby monitor on, I'm happy for them to be in there on their own. So now I am just getting everything ready for dinner time so that the dinner is cool enough for them to eat. And this is really important, that I know that it's there, sat there, ready, waiting, because babies can kind of just flip really quickly and be starving all of a sudden, and that is really stressful when you have 3 babies. So I get it all ready in time for around 5 o'clock they have their dinner. And we're all eating the same thing, and we all eat at the same time. And finishing off dinner with some pineapple, which the babies absolutely love. They ate so much of the pasta bake, I couldn't believe it. So yeah, we're back to clean up. You're probably getting bored of this now, aren't you? Cleaning up the 3 babies. They go into the living room, and like I've said before, if they are happy, then I clean up. So we're at around 5:45 now. Oscar is engrossed in his play. He's actually at this point moved his train inside now. He was wanting a bigger track than I made for him outside, so he brought it all inside. And then it's around 6 o'clock once I finish cleaning up, and we then spend a bit of time playing all together. It generally is in the living room at this point, so the babies kind of still hang out and play, and I am secretly tidying up because I know it will make my life easier. So I'm replacing the ribbons on the tickler, just doing a little bit of tidy up, although sometimes it ends up that they then go and really mess it up, but any little bit that I can do makes my life easier once they're all in bed. So yeah, we have a little play, reading the babies some stories. And like I said, they're all fairly independent. They don't need me to entertain them. You know, we have a good selection of toys, and if you've watched my previous videos, you'll know, open-ended toys are really important to us because they really capture babies' imagination and allow them to play much longer than a active toy would. These passive toys where the babies have to manipulate them. Here's Hendrix with just some wooden discs and a metal bowl, for example, and he is thoroughly entertained with that. Ashton over there has a ball drop. And then we spent maybe half an hour downstairs playing, and then I start bringing them upstairs to prep them for bed. Bedtime is 7 o'clock, so this kind of bedtime process takes me around half an hour. Here I am discreetly filming, changing their nappies and getting them into their pajamas. On this particular day my husband wasn't home from work, so I was doing this solo, so filming it and trying to do it was actually quite stressful. So once they are changed, I feed them their milk and I actually brush their teeth, which I didn't film, and then get them into bed, and then whilst they're settling I put Oscar to bed, which I didn't film, and then once Oscar's in bed I came downstairs and did a tidy up, reset, ready for the morning, and by around 7:30 the babies and Oscar were all asleep. I don't tend to have to go up to them too much, they do settle on their own pretty good. And then, like I said, it was the day before the baby's birthday, so I spent my evening prepping the decorations for the next day and went to bed very emotional about how far the babies had come. This is their little newborn picture, their very first picture together, before they turned 1. So by the time I went to bed, we were at 5 minutes to midnight, and so that is my 24 hours. I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me on this day, and I will see you again soon. Bye guys.